Hello, I'm Cipher C. Santaclus, and welcome back to Cipher News. We have breaking news. 8 hours ago, a man named Dave Sneakerton, or Sneaky Dave, stole the Declaration of Independence. He was inspired by his favorite movie, National Treasure. How he got past the security? Nobody knows. Some say he just avoided eye contact with the guards and walked in and took it. The real shocker is that after his arrest, authorities found he was studying the historical document for secret ciphers to a hidden treasure. To their surprise, he had found a book cipher on the back of it, and appeared to have cracked the code. We have Hank H. Acker at Python County Jail right now to interview Dave.
Thanks, Cipher. Good evening. I am with Dave here in the Python County Jail, where all the worst cipher criminals end up. So Dave, you pulled off one difficult heist. What made you think that there was a secret code on the back of the Declaration of Independence? You know that movie's not real, right?
Well, being a full-time member of the Illuminati, I was able to gain secret information that told me there was a treasure clue on the back of the Declaration of Independence. And it turned out I was right in the end.
Did you actually find the treasure before you got caught?
Yeah, but it turns out the Founding Fathers had a sense of humor, and it led me to a giant Charmander stuffed animal. Guess they were ahead of their times.
Anyway, a book cipher requires a specific book to crack the code. How were you able to figure out which book it was?
Well, that was a bit easy. You see, there was a little footnote at the bottom of the document that said, "Use AP U.S. History Textbook, The American Pageant by David M. Kennedy and Elizabeth Cohen, 16 editions, if you want to crack the code." So I didn't really have to do much work, except for getting the Declaration of Independence, but that was easy with my outfit.
Well, that sure made things easy. Thank you for the interview, Dave. And since this is Cipher News, we're gonna dig a little more into this so-called book cipher with our expert cryptographer, Caesar. Well, thank all you cool cats and kittens for attending this program so far. It's me, Dave, signing off.
What's up, my Cipher Club? It's your boy Caesar coming at it again with another radical cipher. Today we got the book cipher. I heard my guy Dave found a book cipher on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Now that's what I call a win for the cipher community right there. Yo, what even is a book cipher? Well, it's a cipher that encrypts text using a piece of text as the key, such as a book or a poem. Books that were commonly used for book ciphers were the Bible and the dictionary, because pretty much anyone who's anyone had one of those laying around. Why don't we go take a look at when people started using this book cipher? So, a little bit of history for you. The first efficient method of printing, so like books and newspapers and stuff, was established in 1550. And we had my guy, Jacobus Silvestri. He was one of the main fathers, the founders of cryptography. He first was the guy, he was the first dude ever to describe a book cipher. He describes this weird, complicated way to use the cipher, though. No one's really ever used it because it's just so weird and complicated. He wanted to make a dictionary with root words placed in multiple columns, with every row and column assigned a unique symbol. This way is totally complicated and was not used much at all. You ever hear of the Voynich manuscripts? It's like the coolest thing ever. They are a set of undecrypted texts that are said to be encrypted with Silvestri's column row method of the book cipher, and no one's ever been able to solve what they are. They're just there. No one's ever gotten to them, you know? But now we got Blaise de Vigenère. He is famous for making the Vigenère cipher, and he's another one of those famous cryptographer guys. He suggested a much easier way to use the book cipher. And this is how Dave decrypted the message on the back of the Declaration of Independence. Now let's go take a look at that document and do some code cracking ourselves. I got my AP U.S. History textbook, The American Pageant, 16th edition right here, and we're going to use Mr. Blaise de Vigenère's method to crack this book cipher on the back of the Declaration of Independence with it. Here we have Blaise de Vigenère's version of the book cipher. It's much more easy and straightforward than Silvestri's method. Basically, it's the page number, the line number, and then the letter number. Here is what was written on the back of the Declaration of Independence. So here we got all these numbers. Number here, 209. That's going to be what page it is, so page 209. This number 1 right here is going to be what line it is, so the first sentence in the entire page on page 209. And this next one right here is going to be what letter of the sentence it will be, so it'll be the first letter in the sentence. So if we go to our textbook here, you go to page 209, right here, page 209, and then we go over to the first sentence on the page, which is going to be this sentence right here. You can see that the first word right there is philosophized, and the first letter in the word is P. And so this right here, 20911, is going to be P for our letter. And then you just got to repeat that process for all of those and you'll get your answer. Alright, I did out all the ciphers and I got Paul Revere House. So that means that the treasure that Dave found, the so-called treasure, was at Paul Revere's house in Boston. And that's how you do a book cipher. Wow, that took a mad amount of work to crack, bro. Book ciphers often take a lot of time to crack. If you do them letter by letter, that is. So it's probably easier to use a short poem or book if you want to send a message quickly. And now it's time to move on to the famous bros portion of the section. We got Mr. Benjamin Franklin used to use the book cipher with his translator to send messages. Also during the American Revolution, Mr. Arnold Benedict used to use the book cipher, and he specifically used commentaries on the laws of England as his key book that he used to send messages. I think that's pretty cool, although that book would probably bore me a lot. It's time for a commercial break. We'll be right back with another breaking news story.
Same books. Do you ever need to send your friends secret messages? Well, now you can. With Same Book, you and all your friends can buy the same book and send each other secret messages. For the small price of $999.99, books! You want them? We got them! It's like friendship bracelets, but books! And much cooler! Order now at www.samebooks.com.
Welcome back to Cipher News. We have another breaking news story. Pretty boy and CEO of Tesla Cars, Elon Musk, has just announced a $5 million cash prize to whoever can decipher the Beale papers, and it's getting pretty competitive. Even Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Danny DeVito are participating. Now back over to Caesar to give us the inside scoop on the Beale papers. Ayo, I heard my man Elon's giving away a prize if you can decipher the Beale papers. I've tried my hand at it a few times, but it's a tricky one. The Beale papers are said to contain the location of a secret hidden treasure worth $65 million. The papers were created by Thomas Jefferson Beale in 1885, and then he just disappeared in New Mexico, never to be seen again. There are 3 papers in total. One of the papers has already been solved using the Declaration of Independence as the key. We know the treasure is in Bedford County, Virginia. Some people say it's a hoax. Some people believe it's real. Me personally, I believe it's real, but that's just me. I know if I solved the papers though, and I knew where the treasure was, I would be taking the $65 million over that $5 million. Now, I'm in the mood to talk about another cipher real quick. It's pretty much related to the book cipher, but it's a little bit different because it uses multiple levels of encryption. It's called the Running Key Cipher. It's practically impossible to break because the key never repeats itself. You would have to have a lot of time on your hands and a super duper complicated computer program to crack it. It's similar to the Vigenère cipher in that they both use the same square letter table. But the Running Key Cipher adds another level of encryption by using text such as a book as the key. If I were you and if you were me, I would stick to those normal book ciphers if you don't want your brain to hurt. Now I'm going to hand it back to Cypher C. Sanacles over there. Peace out. Thanks, Caesar. Good cipher explanation. Now, what do we want to take away from today, Cipher Club? Well, the book cipher can be a fast and easy way to encrypt messages, but it also can be very unsecure and easy to mess up since there are so many different ways to use it. Professionals would not use it because of its unreliability. If you want to send super secure codes, I might suggest looking into the Running Key code, or something with multiple levels of encryption. But if you want to have some coding fun with your friends, go find some books and start encrypting. This has been Cipher News. I'm Cipher C. Santa. Please have a snazzy day.
Go.
Error.